So do we like that? Do you like that random fourth?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Which animal?
All right. Let's do it. We are live. Good morning. Happy Monday. Who would like to lead us?
Okay, I'll tell the names.
Favorite animal right here.
Oh my God, that's my favorite animal too. That's adorable.
That's Maggie.
Maggie looks hypoallergenic.
She doesn't shed, mostly.
It's a very special dog.
Is Maggie AI generated?
What generated?
Is Maggie AI generated? She looks so real.
She is real.
All right, let's get started with who? Michelle.
Okay, maybe I could go second. I'm having a little
Okay,
trouble with my screen
so
here, so give me just a minute.
all righty. Tato.
Michelle, I'm happy to see you back safe from the private pilot travels.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you'll have to check out my LinkedIn post that I made last night, and that'll give you the context for that flight. So,
I
yeah,
will definitely check it out.
I didn't mention that the tire was flat on the first plane, though. We had to switch over to another plane, so that I should have added that to that story.
Did you identify it during your pre-flight checklist?
I did. I'm the one that identified it. My brother was doing the pre-flight, but he was loading the bags, and I was just checking the plane around. Not officially because I wasn't the official pilot, but even though I got to fly it, but I was looking around. I was like, "Hey, brother, like this tire is flat." So we had to switch to a whole nother plane. So yeah, it was fun. It helped me practice my skills, right? My
That's right.
observatory skills.
Thank you for keeping yourself safe.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll go
Do we
second.
go?
I'll go second.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my screen situated. Something's wrong with it. So hang on.
Then okay, we go with Tato.
Hi everyone, happy Monday. I hope everyone had a great weekend. In terms of work, on Friday I mentioned that some unexpected errors happened with the Vega graphs, so I'm pretty much sure I fixed everything. I'm still going through the experiments to make sure there are no errors there. Once that's done, I will go back to the latent class code. So that's my plan for today. That's for the work part. The animal, I have a little soft spot for the penguins. I like how graceful they are in the water and how kind of awkward and funny they are when they walk on the ice. So I like the contrast there. That's all.
All right,
The penguins is my oldest son's favorite animal as well. I don't know if it's for the same reason though. I will ask him.
Okay,
All right. You want me to go ahead and go?
Yeah, if you're ready, you can go.
I think I can go ahead and go here. So just a couple quick updates from over the weekend. I put together a case study graphic. I don't know. I'll put it in the chat for y'all in a little bit, and you can let me know if you like it or not. And I worked on the case study, putting it into a slide format using Manus AI. It still needs some human tweaking, so I'm gonna try to get that finished up today, and I'm hoping to post the case study tomorrow on my personal, uh, you know, social channels. I actually am waiting for the president or the CEO, president or CEO of the credit union to review it. He was on vacation, so just need to get him back. He had jet lag on Friday when I met with him, and so just need to get his approval before I go public with it. let's see. I read a really interesting white paper over the weekend by a company called Synthetic People, and I'll share that white paper with you all. It's actually really well done. So I think that Subconscious should consider doing something similar. Like I wish we could just copy it, but obviously we can't. So I'll have to come up with something different. Um, Also, I ran into a company called Signoi. I checked it out. I think it'd be worthwhile for everyone to look at. It's Signoi. They're offering some AI solutions and research solutions, and I thought they were kind of interesting. Um, One thing I did over the weekend, real quick, is I was trying to think through case studies to use for my AMA presentation, and I thought about the Budweiser, problem that they had a little bit ago. So I ran a case study about beer, and it's really cool how it all checked out in Subconscious to show that like if Budweiser would have used Subconscious before they did their big transgender campaign, they could have saved themselves a lot of money. So I'm going to kind of play with that a little bit more and use that potentially in my presentation, maybe do a social post about it. So that was fun. This week, I am going to review my leads, just kind of go back through my lead list, start prospecting for some new leads. And I've got one sales meeting. Well, actually, yeah, a follow up on that call on Friday went well. The call went well. She wants some data analysis done, but as a second phase of that, we talked about using Subconscious to potentially develop some, do some work for the company. Yeah, and my favorite animal this week is, I don't know. I mean, when I was growing up, it was cats. I like cats because they're so beautiful and, they're just kind of quiet and calm. However, I've had a dog now and, they love you, unconditionally and like attention. And so my dog passed away 2 weeks ago, so a couple weeks ago. So, I'm kind of missing my dog at this point and, you know, realizing the benefits of dogs now. So that's all for me today.
Oh,
Happy Monday.
I'm sorry about that. I lost my dog this winter.
Yeah.
The study that you did on Budweiser, it's like similar to the case study we did on both Cracker Barrel and Pepsi. Like it's all the same story. It's all these like disaster PR scenarios that aren't being tested before they release.
Yeah, I think that's a strong case study for companies, to avoid wasting a lot of money. Not only on, I'm sure, I just wonder, did they do any research? I don't know. If they did, it wasn't the right research, it didn't come out right. Or they were taking a gamble on doing something controversial just to get the attention. There's some value in that too. But they've also lost tons of money, so was that risk worth it? I don't know. But yeah, Cracker Barrel. Yeah, I would like to do that one as well. I don't know if we've actually run like the full comparison of the two logos and themes yet in the system. So I don't think I have access to like the ability to test two things against each other yet, but I think that's in development. And you said you could potentially do that.
That's what the concept testing is for.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll get with you, Sabo, to give you what I'm thinking we should test on that and see if you can do that on the dev environment or behind the scenes. Because I don't think you can test yet in dev, right? Two things against each other.
Uh, we can, okay, we won't be able to test two images side by side, but one image or without the image concept testing will be in the dev by tomorrow early morning. I've written the code, I'm going through the test, so maybe in a 1 or 2 hour I'll have it. Once that is done, then I need one more day to do a A/B testing with two images.
Okay. So maybe later this week.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks. The update.
Hari, I think, can you mute yourself? I think there's some background noise from your mic.
Sorry.
Alrighty. Okay, then we move on to Deepika.
Good morning. So finally I got some new task. So I'm working on synthetic population generation. We talked yesterday with Avi, and I've started working on it. I've loaded the data in Superbase for now. So the queries and all, it was already there. So I've just copy pasted the schema and query for now, and it's there. And I need to figure out how we can normalize it with the different types of data we have. But Avi, I didn't find that table actually which you mentioned for the census data. And I also need to talk to Subodh you after stand up maybe regarding this.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
schedule a meeting after this. It's the only table in Supabase right now, so
Okay.
I
It's the same
will.
this project that one we are using, right?
It's the subconscious with a capital S.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we can schedule a meeting after that to discuss all this. That's all from my side.
Subodh, what I assigned her, I CC'd you on all the tickets, but it's effectively build a repository of personas that we can pull from, and build a repository of traits of actual individuals with traits that is easily extendable with LinkedIn or X or whatever else we have that we can pull population from.
Yeah, I saw the ticket.
Okay. And my favorite animal is cat. Like back in India, my roommate had one cat, a Persian white cat, and it was so fun because I never get bored. I always used to play with her, and she was so calm. But she'll just climb on us at midnight and ask for food. That was not good. But still, I love cats. Okay, that's all.
Righty. Then Eric.
Hey, everyone. Hope everyone is well. So Schwammer is back in engaged. They have set up a meeting with me with the CEO and the CMO on Thursday. So they are serious about joining the proof of concept, which is what we're going to do. Subodh and Pablo are on that call. They are sitting with a $20,000 proposal. And this whole time we've been waiting for the CMO and the CEO to join us. So it's going to be a positive meeting. I hope we're going to set up a proof of concept, and then they're going to just be reminded that there's a commercial viability. There's a $20,000 proposal that's coming out of their budgets. So that was exciting. We have a meeting on Thursday with Solent, and I just got an email from Carney. Their division called Silicon Foundry. They're looking at our stuff, and he asked for a copy of the video that we made at the presentation. I'm going to send him the video. I sent out a new post, so take a look at it. Let me know what you think. I'd appreciate it if anybody gave me any feedback on my latest post. I'm trying to, gain attention, and that's really about it. Just trying to keep things in reality. Let's see. So I used to be what's known as a hunter jumper. So horses. In another world, I was on horseback a lot. So there you go. Horses have always been. What are we doing? My spirit animal? No, that's something my wife would say. Horses is just. I have a soft spot for horses. That's right. And that's it.
Thanks, Eric. They haven't sent anything yet, Eric, right? The Petroleum people? Hello? Can't hear you, Eric.
Hello.
Yeah, can hear now.
Okay, so there was a message on LinkedIn from a CMO. She sent it out. We're not ignoring you. We're overly busy. We have more than we can handle. So they're letting me know that they are getting bombarded with requests, and at the same time trying to run their own business. So
But
it was
but this is not Petroleum, right?
no. This is not no. This I'm just giving you a heads up that everyone is swamped, including Petromin, because AI is just coming in, offering, and everybody needs to look at it.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Unless they're like desperate to work with us, we don't want them. Like we shouldn't be chasing them. They should be chasing us. If you
Exactly.
want, I can give you access to some of the HubSpot leads if you want to like retouch those.
No, I think I'm good for now. Subodh, I'll let you know. I'll circle back with you as soon as I get something. I'm all good. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Eric. Hardy. Can you hear us, Hardy? Maybe not. Okay, we'll circle back to Hardy. Marty, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can
Yes.
hear.
Yeah.
All right, so happy Monday, team. So today we will be working on the deployment. So we had an issue with analytics, and like Friday, I thought that I fixed it, but they're like actually it wasn't fixed. But today, Nihar and I will sit and fix the issue and make sure that we release.
Do we have an ETA for releasing to production?
Like we're ready.
No,
guess
Marty, no. Front end had another issue. They weren't even able to connect. They just got figured like maybe 10, 20 minutes ago. So they need to change the attributes endpoint, which there was some issue Nihar can better explain. I have no idea. But now Pragna has been working. Now she needs to put her changes. Then we can test and then only. So yeah, we are not yet ready.
Yeah, like I see the backend is there, and also the issue of the Arshini is fixed, so that's why I thought already. I didn't check front end. Okay.
Yeah, you fix the analytics part. Our shiny Pragna has changed the code. She will push hopefully in some time, and then we can test.
Okay, whenever we're ready, I want to send a big blast out to LinkedIn, email, all of our contacts, inviting them back. Or inviting them at least for demos. Eric, would you be able to field some of those inbounds if we do that? Should I point them to you?
Yeah, of course. We talked about this. Yes, if you would get me access to a database of individuals, I then will go through it and, of course, field anybody that comes in with intent or interest.
So we have HubSpot, and then we also have the list of CMOs that we reached out to this summer. I don't know where that CMO list is. I think it's in like CSV files. I don't think it's been uploaded to HubSpot. But if while they're figuring out production, if you could get that CMO touch list and then load that up, and then I have another list of like 200 folks that I pulled last week with Noah that I can add. We can touch all of them.
Okay, I'll jump in HubSpot and put that list together and see what we got.
Yeah, you might have to track down Chin to get those files. I think I have them too somewhere.
Well, any links you have, if you can send them over to me, I could try to figure it out on my own.
Just a quick note on that. I met with Chin at one point along the way, and it sounded like one of the lists wasn't very solid. The people on it turned out to be not quite the right target potentially. So just a heads up about that.
Yeah, I saw that list.
Okay. Nihar.
Happy Monday, guys. So last Friday I was not in for the first half of the day, and then I was in for the second half of the day. Faced few errors in the experiment results for diverse preference. I saw that Tatwik has resolved the issues, but there are few more issues I saw this morning on the same thing for gender side. It's saying that the error is out of bounds, or the scope is out of bounds. That's the only part. And yeah, we'll be working today with Marty. To test out once all the attribute calls and the errors are sorted out, we'll test the function end to end, and if everything works, we'll be pushing it to production. So that's my update.
What's like the big task that you want to work on?
I've already
bug fixing is a pretty big task. I don't want to deny the effort involved in bug fixing.
Now, there's a bug fixing. We also need to check the AWS memory optimization for the white knot, because after the memory is spiked up, the server dies out. So we need to work on the white knot part for the AWS side. I've already added on the Holodeck side for the playbooks, LinkedIn, web search kind of thing. So Subodh will be reviewing that today or tomorrow, and once that is done, that will be also pushed to dev, and that will be pushed to prod once that is being tested out. So
the playbooks feature seems pretty legit.
Playbooks I need to. Sorry?
The playbooks feature is pretty legit. I would love to tie that to the homepage so that when folks are browsing for different use cases, they can go right to the playbook. But is that even ready? I mean, that seems like a big lift. I know we have the handful of use cases in the front, but have you sat with Michelle to figure out like how to convert those into actual experiments in our workflow?
Those are actual experiments. Like last time I checked, like with you, I click the run experiment, it goes to the ideation page, goes to the attributes, then you can run the same experiment. The only part that we're missing is to get the same results. Yeah. It's the only problem is that it doesn't give the same result. So that's the loop that I need to work on, is like how do we get the same results? It's like a ready to run experiments. I've titled it as a ready to run experiments. You can run the experiment.
Slow down. When you say it doesn't give the result, do you mean the experiment design is the same every time?
Oh, like I'm saying the results are actually just slightly different at the time. Let's just say the expected results, like let's just say the attributes are changed enough, let's just say, or let's just say the attributes have added up something on my side of the things, the results might change here and there. So if I want a ready to run experiment.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. When you in the playbooks, when you have the experiment design, the attributes and the traits and the dependent variable all get pre-populated?
No, only the experiment question gets pre-populated. The attributes level doesn't.
So one thing you can do is you may want to work with Hadi on this, because this is part of the edit experiment or modify experiment work that he's been doing with the DOM. Try to load up the whole experiment, right? Attributes, attribute levels, traits, trait levels, dependent variable, right? The whole thing should be pre-cooked.
Okay. But that will be something like first we'll need to focus on the dev to prod thing.
Yeah,
Once
of
that
course,
is
of
done.
course. But you should, like, I don't know that this is the case, but when you run the experiment definition.json, if you look at the weights and biases.info, .info is the definition of the experiment. You should be able to just take that .info from a previous experiment and then send it to the experiment execution endpoint, and it should run. Right? Like, and you know, that should be everything we need in the UI. I don't know that has been reliably maintained.
I've not tested it out, but I saw in the code that we can use that particular JSON just to run, like, showcase the expected results. But
No,
I
not
have
to
not
showcase
tested.
the expected results. No.
Okay.
Wrong. No. Weights and biases has two components, right? There's the dot there's the design, right? The dot info where you define the experiment. That's the input, and then you have the artifacts, which is the output. Okay. What I'm saying is the experiment design, the dot info, you should be able to just take that JSON, send it to the attributes, send it to the experiment execution endpoint, and rerun the same experiment. So for any old experiment, you should be able to take the .info file from weights and biases and then rerun the whole experiment.
Okay, I'll check into that.
Yeah. What's your favorite animal?
Oh, my favorite animal. I never had one since childhood, but since I came to like US, I saw too many dogs, and one of the favorite one recently has been Samoyed. It's too fluffy and too friendly, so yeah, that's my favorite animal as of now.
Yeah, it's done. Okay, all right. Pragna.
Hi team, happy Monday. Hi team, happy Monday. So I was working on the task that Subodh gave me where I had to, like, I was working with Hardy on that. So we had to implement like a flag to make sure that if like one condition is true, then the create attributes would be disabled. So I have implemented that, but then my local front end is down. And I was like talking to Nihar because he fixed it, but then it's still not working for me. So I need to fix that, then test it out, and then push it. So that's what I'm gonna do today.
Is that for your spinning world component, or that's just for the vanilla
No,
instance?
no. It's for the issue that Subodh spoke. Like it's like, so if we need to disable custom attributes if the like
I can
the real
I can
world
say
attribute.
yeah. So when we have a real world product, then we can't allow people to add attributes on their own. So the solution is we'll generate like 10 in the very beginning with 6 or 7 checked, and they can only select from that 10. They won't be able to edit the text of the labels or create an attribute on the fly.
I see, because that'll break down stream analytics.
No, but then that means that we don't have a product to show in the simulator.
Got it. Not ideal, but I get it.
Because every time they ask for one attribute, then that will, if we have to allow, that will mean we need to rerun the attributes endpoint. That takes like now 40, 50 seconds. That is just way too much to do.
Understood.
Yes, I need to test that out, but my local is down. I need to fix that. I'm not sure why. Yeah, after that, I'll push the code.
So Yeah, basically, nobody will be able to run any experiment yet in the dev until Pragna pushes her changes, because the attributes endpoint will break. So once Pragna is done, maybe she will drop a message and then people can run.
Yeah, sure.
Did it help Pragna after what Nihar told, like those commands to run
No,
and then
still
still
not
nothing?
working. Yeah.
Okay, then sit with Nihar and Hadi after the stand-up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the update from me. My favorite animal. I don't know why I've always like really scared of all animals growing up, but I did have a dog in my family house. So but he actually died like a few months back and I was in the US so I couldn't even like grieve him. So that was kind of sad. But he was a beagle, a white and brown beagle, and his name was Snoopy.
I used to have a beagle named Snoopy.
Wait, what?
My partner had a beagle named Snoopy, yeah. And he always used to run around the polo farm harassing the horses. And, yeah.
Yeah, it was a he, my dog. He was I think 11 when he died. So yeah, that's my sorry to end it on a sad note, but that's my update. Who's going next?
Righty, who's next? Prithvi.
Yes, I'm currently working on debugging the center issue for the white camp. I have requested a new client key or DSN key with Tatwick for the white camp project to test the solution. So yeah, it's in progress. Favorite animal? Since I'm from Florida, I'll stick to alligator.
Thanks, Prithvi. Okay, who did I miss? Noah.
So still getting up to speed. This week, I have intentions to meet with Michelle, Eric, and Pablo and really begin to dig into the sales process and understand how that's working. I'm going to do some thinking around sales pipeline management, begin to gather information on like how are we going about, thought leadership, social posting, marketing, website. I know that a new version of the website just launched. Thinking about that. Um, General go to market, research and information gathering so that we can work with the wider team and come up with a plan for iterating more into the future.
All right. Do you know when we'll be able to start reaching out to potential customers and get potential contracts? Last week was our design sprint week, and so now we have, I think, 3 weeks left at Antler. 4 weeks left, 3 weeks left. So we got to make sure that we close something before investment committee at the end of October. No pressure.
So I think we have to move really quickly on that and decide what we want to do. So I'll set up a meeting for you, Avi, Michelle, Eric, and Pablo, and we'll begin to make it happen.
Sweet.
All right, Noah. Avi.
This weekend I sent out offers to a new engineer and an assistant. We'll see when they get back to us. That was just sent recently. I finished the CDL plan. I finished the um, EFL plan. What I did effectively was I took the roadmap from hold on. I took the roadmap from our design sprint here, and I effectively made that our plan that we want to execute over the next 6 weeks. So that was good. I started writing tickets. I got Deepika's tickets out. For Pragna, we have this feature of chatting with synthetic customers and integrating Colossus. I did not create that ticket yet. I think you're pretty, like, I think Pragna's pretty far along. She knows what to do there. I think Pragna, I'd like you to work with Deepika, because as Deepika builds out this schema for how to store personas and how to store individuals, I think there should also be some sort of like live update that we can do, so that when we run the experiment, and this doesn't have to be in the same database, but when we run the experiment and as we generate personas, or as we generate responses, that can kind of go into Colossus, so that so the user can kind of see what's happening. Try to use the database, or try to use some interface. I'm assuming that interface will be some sort of, some sort of Supabase function. I don't know how you guys want to architect that, but I would say sit with Deepika to kind of coordinate that. I would love to get Colossus integrated somehow. As for Nihar, we have a ticket for playbooks. I think you know what to do there. You're pretty. That's kind of your project, so you're pretty ahead of the curve there. So I think that's pretty self-driven. I can write a ticket if you want. And then as far as Tatevik and Prithvi, I assigned to you guys increasing the speed of experimental design. I don't know that we can achieve any sort of increase, but if you guys want to take a look at it, that would be great. And then fixing the error messages across the application, and updating our documentation in Fern. That's kind of what we have. Our big goal is to run experiments on real humans. So, Bod, I'm going to need your help to design that ticket. I haven't written that. And then the second thing is the ability to chat with entire programs, right? Like, when I think about our differentiation, yes, we have the causal modeling. Nobody else has the causal modeling. Yes, we also have a true world population that's grounded in, census data, and pretty soon we're going to have LinkedIn and X data. I don't think anybody else has that world population. I also don't think anyone else has those actual mindsets from Experian and all those other places. So, if we can ingest real customer data, as far as I know, nobody else does that. Running experiments against all of the different mindsets that exist. Evidenza does that. We don't do that. And then validation, the ability to run experiments on real humans. Listen Labs does that. And Outset does that. As far as I know, nobody does that with humans in the quant space. So those are all pretty... Now that we have like our core engine of experimentation with latent variables, we want to scale that, right? So how do we run that experiment agent over real populations, customer data, a lot of different mindsets? How do we chat with dozens of experiments that are run? How do we extract insights out of dozens of experiments that are run? So it's unclear how we can do that. So those are some really, really big visions for us that we're now setting the tools for. So I will work with I guess Subodh and Nihar and Madi to come up with designs and tickets for those. And then this week it's outreach. If you guys have comments on the copy of the website, if you guys have, I really don't want to do outreach until we have the new version of the app up, because people have been looking at the same app for months. I really would love to do large outreach like 6 weeks ago, which was our original release date. So that would be super helpful, because we have to close before Thanksgiving, which is now 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away. That is getting tight, and it's a little uncomfortable. If we don't release for another week or 2 or 3, and then we're touching people in the beginning of November trying to close before Thanksgiving, it's not going to work. No pressure, guys. No pressure. And same thing for the sales folks. We need new revenue if we want to go back to the market. 6-figure SOWs, 7-figure SOWs. Doesn't have to be, cash in the bank, but it has to be, something that we need capital to deliver against. The story that I've been telling people is that we're looking for capital to fund SOWs with large corporations. It's not clear that we really have those SOWs to fund, but one of the sales pitches we can give Noah to the market and say, look, we're going to commit $3 million to these engagements. We have room for, 3 enterprise customers. You need to guarantee us at least $1 million of revenue in the next, 2-3 years. And then we're going to contribute another $1 million as well to you. We're all open source, so that's kind of the sale, right? Is that we need the capital to fund enterprise engagements. And right now enterprise engagements need the capital to leverage their innovation budget. And my favorite animal, my favorite animal is probably the water bear, which is this like microscopic 6-legged bear. It's not a bear. Some 6-legged, really small animal that it has 6 legs. How cool is that? And it's not an insect. But it's wild. It can live in 1,000 degrees Celsius, underwater ocean vents. It can live in space. It can be totally dried out. It's the only animal that's on the moon right now. For some reason, Israel shot a rocket filled with water bears on the moon, which was a weird thing to do, but sure, I guess. So they kind of live in these really harsh conditions, and they have all these magical properties, and nobody really understands why. Oh, it actually has 8 legs. I was wrong.
Otherwise known as the trilobite.
Not trilobite, tardigrade.
Tardigrade, that's it. Yeah. Tardigrade. No, it was T.
Okay. Who else? I think it's just me. What's my update? Yeah. Before tomorrow morning, Deepika wakes up, she will have the concept testing thing in the dev. That's my update.
How do you feel about releasing to production?
Let Pragna push her changes so that we can run some experiments. So if there's any error, anything, I can see.
Okay. No pressure, Pragna.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Still not able to get my local to run. I'm fixing it in the background, but yeah, hopefully that should be done.
Well, let's try to work together, right? Because
Yeah, I think Nihar fixed it, so Nihar, I'm gonna connect with you after this.
this is a random question. When we're fixing all these errors, right? Like I feel like for the last couple weeks, and I know we've had like an error sprint or like this cleanup sprint over the last 2 weeks, so everyone is doing exactly what they should be doing. But when we see all these errors that are popping up, are we like, what is the cause of the errors, and are we fixing the errors so that they don't come back? Or is it like whack-a-mole? Like is
From
the
the
is
front
the
end,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was checking the Sentry today. Out of 20, I can say 18 or 17 of them are related to API failure. You can also check Sentry. Most of them are from the API. Yeah,
In the
there
dev.
was a function which relies on the API which was failing. And the issue we are having right now is Auth0, that we are not able to log in from our local. Yeah, and Deepika is Pragna is almost done today. After we were able to log in from local, then we can test Pragna's changes, then we can push to prod. And
And then when it comes to fixing that, I love that research. Very good research. When it comes to fixing the 18 out of 20 errors coming from the API, is it what's wrong with the API? Is it that the API is like, is it the synchronous versus asynchronous issue that Nihar was talking about? Is it like unkind errors? Is it formatting? Is it not having strongly typed definitions? Is it escape characters? Like what's causing those failures in the API?
mostly it's failing. Actually, I didn't go into details, but the API is failing. It's not like we are sending the wrong data that front end causes to fail the API. It's, I think it's mostly from the back end that the API is sometimes down.
Adi, that's the one you're saying that the Auth0 login is not happening, and because now there is no timeout, it keeps calling. And then if it goes through somehow, it calls attributes endpoint, which front end needs to change. So that's the only two error. It's not like API is down or anything. The schema just needs to change.
I suggest you check Sentry.
Uh, Tell me which endpoint is down. Can you tell me?
Let's check together the
Okay.
Sentry. I can explain where is it. This is holodeck all
Mm-hmm.
environment.
Mm-hmm.
This one, this network error, it's internet issue. This one is for not found.
Mm.
Failed to fetch is all API related. Filtered runs dot map. This is because the data coming from the backend has issue. And syntax error, undetermined string in
That was
JSON.
with the human baseline, right?
Which one?
The filtered runs dot map.
This one, some fields are missing or something, but we can take care of it from the front end to add some logic when some fields are not exist, so we can fix. Yeah. So see, most of them there was a problem fetching runs data, and it's all failed to fetch, failed to fetch.
Fail to fetch run counts. Those will all be back 7 days when we had the login issue. So it's either the auth login which has caused all the errors, and then basically I see one is concept testing experiment, which will of course fail. And then there is probably one or two related to human baseline because some weird thing has happened
Yeah,
into
this
that.
404 is for human baseline. Yeah. Fail to fail. Okay. This 401 is unauthorized, is odd 0. Yeah, so yeah, this week I will be working. I will be checking Sentry for errors, and if it's related to holodeck, I will be fixed.
And can you also, Hadi, check for sentry errors in Rehoboam as well, and also void conf if it comes up? Let's see if we can squash all of these errors reliably.
Yeah.
I know that's a lot of work to do.
No, it's fine. Mostly I've been working on debugging. Not bad. I'm okay with it.
Is it working?
You mean the login page right now?
No, I mean, are we debugging? Are we getting less? Are we getting fewer bugs?
Yeah, actually, because if we see long time ago, it was Sentry. We were getting different kinds of errors when there was too short. Right now, I see it's less and mostly it's the API.
Nice. Okay, nice work. Nice work. Does anyone have any blockers or any demos? Oh, sorry, Spoil.
No, go ahead.
And Hadi, what's your favorite animal?
Well, I used to when I was a kid, I had a pigeon. Lots of it. I think right now at the moment I like the characteristics of wolf because it's loyal to its partner. It's family oriented. I was watching a documentation about it, how they divide the responsibility. The leader is at the front, opening well, there was snow, opening the way, and taking care of elderly who should be at the middle, who should be at the back of the team. And yeah, I like the wolf characteristics.
I love that. I love that. My little guy's favorite animal is the wolf. I that's such insight you have, right? Because like the the idea of like the wolf like caring for its family members and caring for its pack. It's like when I read this study when people talk about alpha, like the alpha dog or the alpha wolf. It's based on these old studies of wolves where they separated the wolf, they put them in captivity, and so they observed these like scared, separated animals, and then they assigned those traits to alpha. But when you observe wolves in the wild, it's like this totally different set of behaviors. Um, and so that like alpha term is kind of not scientific, and um, yeah, that's very cool. That's a good choice. Good choice. Do you have any demos?
I don't have any demo.
Any demos? Someone's got to have a demo.
I don't have a demo, but I have an issue / bug I would like to show.
All right.
Sure.
Because I don't know who should I go to, like, to fix this. So let me just show. I've noticed it in recent experiment starting last week. So in the personas, right? I get gender, which is female, and then there is gender with capital G, which is male. And it's for
Okay,
all
okay. So
the.
this will be my one. So I think this is for non-US population.
Mhm.
Let me see.
Mhm. The calculations haven't raised any issues or errors, but because it will calculate once for this gender, once for these genders, but in the graphs I saw like that there are two genders.
Okay, and that's why probably the error
Mhm.
Nihar was showing me might have happened. Okay, I'll take care of it.
I will
No.
send you this experiment.
I know why this is happening.
Mhm. Okay, great. And if we solve this, the other graphs I have like solved all the issues, so the dashboard
Okay.
is good to go.
And then this version of the release that we're doing is not going to have the latent variables.
No, they will have latent variables.
They will have latent variables. Wow, that's huge. Is that in dev?
But nothing will run in dev. They are in dev.
Oh, okay. So do we have a worst case scenario for the release date so that I can prepare my outreach?
Let Pragna push her changes, then only I can say anything. I need to test a little bit.
Okay. Could we make sure, can we like anything that's like maybe not finished, could we like feature flag it and just leave it in dev or not show it to the users? Perfect is the enemy of good.
No, but this is the attribute endpoint. That is the make or break.
Got it. Okay. So in summary, so Pragna, who are you working with to work on the attributes and levels endpoint?
Hadi.
Hadi. Okay, beautiful. And Pruthi, you're working with Tatavik on the sentry errors?
He's pretty much doing it on his own. I'm just helping wherever he needs.
Okay, got it. And then Deepika, you have the new stuff. I will get you the new attributes. I will get you the new LinkedIn and Twitter data. But in the meantime, you have you know what? Can you work on the personas? Let's sit after this, and I'll make sure you have access to the right Supabase instance.
Okay.
Okay, sweet. And then Subodh, you'll work with Nihar on everything else?
No, I think Nihar and Mardi will work. I still have to wrap up my concept test on my own.
Got it. Okay, sweet. And then Noah, you'll schedule meetings with Eric and Michelle and Pablo and myself, and we'll get to do an outreach. I want to make sure that we have our outreach kind of ready to go, like with the release, so that we can make it all one. We also, just so everyone knows, this weekend we are doing a 72-hour hackathon against our endpoints. People are going to be hacking against subconscious APIs. So Hadi, this is the week to fix the APIs. Multi-tenancy, gentle error messages, good documentation, whatever we need. We're going to have about 100 engineers hacking against our tech. I think it's going to be a big opportunity for us to get revenue, to see if other people can use our tools. If we do not think our API will be ready for other people to hack against, I need you guys to tell me, like, today, tomorrow, so that I can call it off, so that we can find other data for the hackathon.
Yeah, I already talked to Nihar regarding that. So again, once Pragna pushes her changes, then Nihar can run 5, 7 in parallel and see if they all are going through simultaneously.
Okay.
So I
Nice,
think worst
guys.
case scenario, by tomorrow we should have an answer.
Beautiful. Guys, great progress. This is huge progress. Everyone is working on such impactful things. I love that we did the design session, did the debug session, found the biggest opportunities for improvement, assigned them. Everyone's working on it. It feels very it feels smooth. What did they say? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. It feels fast, fast and smooth.
I have a question for you. I'm just curious, on the hackathon, like, I guess, is that all protected? Like, as far as like people hacking into your technology, like as far as